Again, want to thank everybody on hand with us here tonight from Encompass Recreation, our featured nonprofit for the night. And of course, it is autograph night tonight at the Am Speedway, so looking forward to that. Am Speedway pace truck from Bob Johnson Auto Group, heading down the back straightaway with the field just behind them. Heat race number 2 is lined up in the staging area, ready to go next. Order of heat races, we mentioned them earlier, we'll do it one more time. Donna's Motorworks Limited Sportsmen are up first, followed by a couple of heats in the Sundance Leisure ThunderCars. Whitesboro Plow Shop DIRTcar 350 Modifieds for 8 laps, and then DIRTcar Sportsmen brought to you by Bob Johnson Auto Group. They'll go 8 laps for their heat races as well tonight, and then we'll have the Panther Frameworks Crate Sprint Cars for 6 laps. White flag will be displayed, green next trip around. So set to go. 6 laps the distance. Am Speedway pace truck for Bob Johnson Auto Group. Heads for safer ground off of turn number 3 and 4. Chief Director of Traffic Control Mike Leclerc looks him over. Green lights are on and we're off and running. And the battle is on into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be the 21 of Hayden Howard out in front of the field down the back straightaway. Grayson Soper giving chase from the 2 spot as they work it up into turn number 3 and 4. Back down to the line for lap number 1. It is going to be Howard in control. Soper a little smoke showing out of the back of the 38 ride, but he still holds on to second. Brianna Murtaugh back there in third, and Bluey, also known as Mason Rogers, holding on to position number 4 as they hit the back stretch into turn number 3 and 4, with Jason Rarick completing the field in 5th. Down to the line this time by Hayden Howard in control as they cross the line for lap number 2. 6 laps once again is the scheduled distance tonight for the Donna's Motorworks Limited Sportsman. Brianna Murtaugh on the charge, looking for second as they go to turn number 3 and 4. Murtaugh on the bottom, Soper up on that outside lane. A lot of smoke showing out of the 38 now as they come back down to the line. 3 down, 3 to go. Hayden Howard in control, followed by Murtaugh. Murtaugh still looking for that first ever Can-Am win as they roll down the back straightaway. Now Brianna sees daylight down to that inside lane, trying to find the way by Howard into corner number 3 and 4 as Mason Rogers makes a move up to position number 3 around Grayson Soper. So Mason Rogers on the charge here as they work down in front with 2 laps left to go. Mason up to third, looking for more, trying to close in on the top 2 as they race down the back straightaway. Top 3 are pulling away from the rest of the field as they go down to turn number 3 and 4. White flag will be displayed this time by, and Hayden Howard in control of the field, but Brianna Murtaugh giving him fits as they come down the front straightaway to turn number 1 and 2 for the final time. White flag is in the air. Hayden Howard, Brianna Murtaugh, and Mason Rogers, that's your top 3 as they hit the back straightaway. Checkered flag will be waving. A checkered flag is out, and Hayden Howard will bring it down to the line, grabbing the win, and heat race number 1 up 2 for the Donna's Motorworks Limited Sportsman. Brianna Murtaugh second, Mason Rogers third, Grayson Soper fourth, and Jason Rarick will complete the field in 5th. Heat race number 2 ready to roll trackside. Going to find the 6 of Mike Durham up on the pole. Outside will be Haily Brownell in the 747 row 2. 3-time winner Genavieve Bartlett the 11, along with the 20 of Brayden Bullock. Out of Parrish, New York, final row, Caleb Howard in the 90, along with the 29K of Kingston Sprague from Lacona. 6 drivers ready to go. 6 laps is the distance. Willie Decker Jr. in the 1. He is going to make a couple of quick laps here to try to get his ride sorted out. So 6 laps are the distance, and we will turn these drivers loose in about a half a lap. Again, kart racing tomorrow right here at Can-Am, out behind the main grandstands. If you didn't get enough racing here tonight, lots more to come tomorrow. Racing starts at around 5 o'clock. Green lights are on and we're underway. As they head down the back straightaway, Mike Durham in control. Genavieve Bartlett there with him in position number 2. Brayden Bullock up to the 3 spot now, going after Bartlett for position number 2 as they work it down across the line for lap number 1. As it is Durham in command, watch for Bullock on that outside lane as they come down across the back straightaway. It is still Bartlett holding on to the 2 spot, Bullock still 3rd. Caleb Howard into the 4 spot with Haily Brownell 5th and Kingston Sprague completing it down to the line. Bullock trying the outside lane on Bartlett. That one didn't quite work. Lost some ground. Now he's into the clutches of the 90 of Caleb Howard as they go to turn number 1 and 2. But Mike Durham shows the way down the back straightaway. Longtime campaigner here in ThunderCar competition. A lot of feature wins in that class. Trying to get his first ever win in Donath Motorworks Limited Sportsman as they come across the line. Halfway home, 3 down, 3 to go. Mike Durham looking for his first ever heat win in this class. Genavieve Bartlett has 3 of them this year. Leader in heat race wins this season is Mason Rogers with 4. Right now, Mike Durham trying to get his first as they work it across the line with 2 laps left to go. 2 laps left to go. Durham still in command. Bartlett still working that extreme inside lane. Brayden Bullock on that outside lane behind them in the number 20, holding on to 3rd. Caleb Howard giving chase from the 4 spot right now as they work it down off of turn number 3 and 4. Back to the line. White flag in the air for Mike Durham. Comfortable lead right now over Genavieve Bartlett, but Bartlett has been quick in that 11 machine all season long as she tries to run down the veteran Durham down the back straightaway. Checkered flag will be waving this time by Mike Durham. We'll set it up into turn number 3 and 4 and finally get a heat race win. Mike Durham gets the victory. 2nd will be Genavieve Bartlett. At the line for 3rd, it is going to go to Caleb Howard at the line over Brayden Bullock. 3rd and 4th have been decided. Haily Brownell will cross in 5th ahead of Kingston Sprague. So that does it. So Hayden Howard, Mike Durham take the heat wins in Motorworks Limited Sportsman. Sundance Leisure ThunderCar is ready to roll trackside decks. 1 heat race for them tonight. Colby Hibbard in the 28 will go from the pole. Tyler Collette alongside the 25. Row 2, O.J. White in the 94, 22J, Jared Gilson. Row 3, David Rasmussen, 3R, 111J of Anthony St. Mary Jr. Row 4, Collin Bauter in the 19, points leader Corey Valade in the 21V, and Tony Frezzo in the 22 will complete the rest of the field. 9 cars ready to go. 6 laps is the distance. 1 and only heat tonight for the Sundance Leisure ThunderCars as O.J. White makes his way out in the number 94. Heat winners so far this season in the Sundance Leisure ThunderCars. Tony Frezzo, Anthony St. Mary Jr., Corey Valade each have 4 heat wins this year. Mike Greenfield and Francis White each have the other 2 heat wins. This is the 15th heat race of the year for this class as white flag is being displayed. We are going to go green next trip around. Again, 6 laps is the distance. Whitesboro Plow Shop. DIRTcar 358 modifieds will be up after this for a pair of 8-lap heat races. Then we'll go with 3 heat events for the Bob Johnson Auto Group DIRTcar Sportsman. Panther Frameworks Crate Sprint Cars will conclude the heat racing action for 2 heat races after that. So we're set to go. Green lights are on and we're underway. And Colby Hibbard did not get going on that initial start as Jared Gilson able to take away the #1 spot. Tyler Collette back to second. Anthony St. Mary Jr. right there with him in third. Watch for Corey Valade and Tony Frezzo. They started at the tail of the field and are working their way forward. Valade up to 4th, Frezzo up to the #5 position. We got a car around. It's Rasmussen in the 3. He's able to keep it going, and we're going to stay green as we complete lap #1. It is Jared Gilson in front. Tyler Collette holding on in second right now, but Corey Valade is all over the back bumper of the 25 of Collette down the back straightaway as he works to the inside lane into turn #3. Valade and St. Mary going at it for position #3 and 4. Tony Frezzo still back there, spot #5, but Jared Gilson in the lead right now as he complete lap #2. Battle is on for the 2 spot. Corey Valade down low, the points leader, trying to find the way to the front as he's alongside of Tyler Collette in turn #1 and 2. Collette able to pull back by down the back straightaway as Jared Gilson continues to show the way into turn #3 and 4. Corey Valade now takes over second, but Tyler Collette fighting back on that outside lane, trying to fend off the 21 of Valade. It won't happen this time. Valade takes over second as we work in that. Oh, and a plume of smoke for Jared Gilson in the 22 as Tyler Collette goes for a spin in the middle of turn #1 and 2. Jared Gilson just launched a power plant big time, and he is pulled it to a stop on the back straightaway. Checking up on our monitor here, and he is moving around inside of the car, unbuckling and dropping the window net, so he is trying to get out of there. And Jared Gilson, tough break for him. I saw him start to slow on the backstretch before that motor went south on him. And he slowed considerably going into turn #3, and then it just let go down here in turn #1. So the original caution was for the 22 of Gilson, but the 25 of Collette did spin. However, that was after the caution had flown. And some of our track crews right now checking for fluid from the 22 of Gilson into turn #1 and 2, but from what we're seeing on our monitor up here, it doesn't seem to be like there is hardly any down there, and not seeing any, so not sure what the problem was, but whatever it was, it has expired for Gilson, the 22. Ready to turn these drivers loose once again. Again, 3 laps is complete. did find a little bit of fluid down there in between turns 1 and 2, actually more towards turn number 1. So drivers running through it down there. We'll get this heat race back underway again next week. Full program with us here at the Speedway, along with the Eastern Ontario Vintage Stock Car Club. Their one and only appearance here at Can-Am in 2025. We did have the Dirt Modified Nostalgia Tour with us here about a month ago. We'll see some of those drivers who were in that race here with us next Friday night. Three down, 3 more to go, and we will turn these drivers loose next time by. Corey Valade is your race leader. And the Bob Johnson Auto Group Can-Am Speedway Pace Truck peels off the Speedway in turn number 3. Green lights are on and we're underway. And Corey Valade jumps out into the lead once again. Tony Frezzo right there with him as they work into turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Third place battle, it's a good one. David Rasmussen has it. Tyler Collette looking to try to take it away with Anthony St. Mary Jr. right there from position number 5 as they work it down across the line, this time by with 2 laps left to go. And Corey Valade is in a battle now for the number 1 spot as they go into turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Tony Frezzo was right there putting the pressure on him as they head up off of turn number 2 and down the back stretch. David Rasmussen still back there, third. Anthony St. Mary Jr. giving chase from the number 3 position as we got the white flag in the air. Final trip around for Corey Valade. But Frezzo is right there with him as they go into turn number 1 and 2. Frezzo throws it deep into the corner. Gets to the back bumper but can't do anything with him as they work it down the back straightaway. Checkered flag will be waving this time by. And Corey Valade trying to hold on and win this one. He's got the lead, and Frezzo right there with him. Gives him a little bit of a nudge in turn 3, but it won't matter. Corey Valade will cross the line by a car length to get the victory. Tony Frezzo second, David Rasmussen, Tyler Collette, Anthony St. Mary Jr. the top 5, Collin Bauter, OJ White, and Colby Hibbard. So that does it. Heat race 1 of 1 for the Sundance Leisure ThunderCars. Whitesboro Plow Shop DIRTcar 358 Modifieds ready to go, and it is going to be a big one tonight for them. This is the 900th feature that will be run here at the Can-Am Speedway tonight as Adam Roberts will go from the pole, the 63. Outside of me, Andy Howard, the 21. Row 2, Addison Bowman in the 12, along with the 18, Scott Webb. Row 3, Cameron Black, the 23. 31, Lance Willix, and Ryan Bartlett will complete it in the 39. We're ready to go. 8 laps is the distance. First of 2 heats. Green lights are on and we're underway. And the mad dash is on into turn number 1 and 2. Adam Roberts with the lead, not for much longer. Andy Howard flies around the top side of the racetrack. He'll grab the lead going down into turn number 3 and 4. Scott Webb looking to move up a spot. Lance Willix, Addison Bowman right there to his hip pocket as they come back to the line for lap number 1. One lap is complete. Andy Howard in control. Adam Roberts still there in position number 2. Look at this 3-car battle here for position number 3. Addison Bowman, Lance Willix, Scott Webb all over one another. Willix trying to put the move on. He goes down to the bottom of the racetrack. Bowman able to hold the spot as they cross the line at lap number 2. It's still Andy Howard in control. Willix and Bowman are having it out for position number 3. Scott Webb throws his name into the hat as well as they work it down the backstretch to turn number 3 and 4. Meanwhile, down to the line one more time. Andy Howard, Am New York, stretching that lead out about 5 car lengths as Willix and Bowman continue their battle for position number 3. Willix on the bottom, and Bowman will have to relinquish the spot to Willix down the back straightaway. So Lance now to 3rd, Bowman back to 4th. Ryan Bartlett moving into the top 5 for the first time tonight. Gets around Scott Webb to move up into position number 5 as they're working across the line at lap number 4. Halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go, and Andy Howard is checked down on the field. Almost a full straightaway lead right now. The man out of Am New York. 4 different divisions. Andy Howard has got a feature win here at Can-Am and trying to add a 358 modified feature win to his credit. Got a couple of wins here in big block modifieds. As we watch the battle for second. Adam Roberts off of turn 2 has it. Lance Willix trying to pull even terms with Roberts down the back straightaway, and Willix will pull by Roberts going down into corner number 3 and 4. So move Lance Willix to the 2 spot as they work lap number 6 with 2 to go. Lance Willix, one of the fastest drivers on the racetrack right now, but nobody is catching Andy Howard. The Am New York native will work it into turn number 3 and 4. The white flag is in the air and a final time around for Andy Howard as he'll set it up into turn number 1 and 2. GNR Auto Parts, number 21, working it through turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Lance Willix about a straightaway behind in position number 2, not going to catch him. Andy Howard putting on a clinic, dominant performance in E-Race number 1. He'll get the victory. Second will be Lance Willix. 3rd spot is going to go to Adam Roberts. Ryan Bartlett from the tail of the field comes up to 4th. Scott Webb 5th. Addison Bowman and Cameron Black will complete the rest of the field. And a good opening heat race there for Andy Howard. Marks it. Heat race number 2 for the Whitesboro Plow Shop Dirt Car 358 Modifieds looks like this. Tyler Meeks on the pole. The 921 of RJ Tresenter will join him. Row number 2, it's Derek Webb, 66W, 19 Tim Fuller will join him. Row number 3, Sean 7S, 49 of Billy Dunn, and Willie Decker Jr. Car number 1X will complete the rest of the field. 7 cars ready to go, 8 laps is the distance, and we'll see if Tyler Meeks can put on a clinic here, just like Andy Howard did in that previous heat race and grab the win, but a lot of tough company behind him. Second and final heat in the Whitesboro Plow Shop Dirt Car 358 Modifieds. And by the way, Andy Howard just grabbing his 3rd heat win of 2025. Tyler Meeks looking to get his 4th. He's on the pole for this one. Green lights are on and we're underway. Working through turns 1 and 2. Tyler Meeks to the point. Tim Fuller got a good run. Goes from 4th to 2nd. And he's looking for another spot as they go into turn number 3 and 4. Watch Billy Dunn in that outside. Remember at the PAP shootout, he was really good on that outside lane. Eventually getting to 2nd as he and RJ Tresenter come together on the front straightaway. Tresenter made a little contact with the wall, Dunn made some contact with the wall, and Tresenter able to hold on to 3rd. Derek Webb still 4th, Dunn back to 5th. Into turn number 3 and 4. Fuller trying to go after Tyler Meeks up off of turn number 3 and 4 and back down to the line. Meeks in control, but for how much longer? That's the question. There's Tim Fuller right there behind him as they work it up off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. RJ Tresenter having a solid run in 3rd. Derek Webb still 4th as he and Billy Dunn go at it for spot number 4 and 5. Sean Shaw is 6th and Willie Decker Jr. completes the rest of the field at 7th. Down to the line, Meeks and Fuller. Starting to stretch it out over the rest of the field as they go to turn number 1 and 2. Meeks still the race leader. Fuller right there with him, watching the battle for third between Derek Webb, Billy Dunn, and RJ Terceder. Dunn gets by on the inside, getting by Terceder for the 4 spot. Now he's going after Derek Webb for third as they come back down to the line with 4 laps complete. 4 are down. Tyler Meeks in control, but Fuller is right there, nipping at his heels down the back straightaway. Derek Webb is taking third, Billy Dunn fourth, and Sean Shaw now into the top 5 as they work it off on turn number 3 and 4 and down to the line with 3 laps left to go. Tyler Meeks trying to take it home, but Fuller is right there with him as they work it down the back straightaway. A less than a car length separates the top 2 as they go to turn number 3 and 4. We'll have 2 to go this time by. Tyler Meeks in command. Fuller right there chasing him from second as they come across the line with 2 to go. Straightaway back is Billy Dunn going after Derek Webb for the 3 spot. And Dunn's going to use the extreme outside lane to try to get by, and he does just that. So Billy Dunn now to third. White flag will be displayed this time by Tyler Meeks trying to hold on and win this one, but Fuller is right there with him. Now down to the line at the white flag. Tyler Meeks, he'll move it up to the outside lane in turn number 1 and 2. Fuller right there in his tire tracks, can't do anything with him down the back straightaway. 2 car length advantage now for Tyler Meeks as they work it into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air, and the win will go to Tyler Meeks. Fuller will cross in second, Billy Dunn third. Sean Shaw comes home for fourth. Billy Decker at the line, he's going to grab fifth. Derek Webb off the piece on the front straightaway. RJ Terceder had to go way down to the infield to avoid him. Derek Webb will cross the line, but not running at the checker. Derek Webb in the 66W, he shut it down coming off of turn number 4 and will cross the line, but it will be at the tail of the field in heat race number 2. So heat race number 1 in the Bob Johnson Auto Group DIRTcar Sportsman will line up and look like this. Will be Logan Brown in the 9 along with Brady Howard in the 54. A couple of rivals from the Donath Motorworks Limited Sportsman Division. Row 2, it's Trevor Gibbons, 621, the 17 of Owen Nyer. And row 2, row 3, it is Eric Nyer in the 34 with winner last night at the Outlaw Speedway. That is Taylor Dockstader in the 44. Greg Gould in the 9G will complete the rest of the field. So race fans, who wants free Stewart's ice cream? I think I've got people's attention now. You can join the Stewart's Scoop Club and earn free ice cream. Any item at the ice cream counter gets a punch on the card. Redeem a full card and get any item at the ice cream counter for free. How about a free brownie sundae or maybe a banana split? How about a hand-packed pint? Maybe a milkshake or even a waffle cone? They all sound good to me. Earn free ice cream with the Scoop Club at Stewart Shops. And of course, the beer stand is wide open, and we do have the Real American Beer behind the main grandstands as well at the beer booth. If you're 21 years of age or older, you can definitely partake on that. Of course, you can stop and see Alyssa and Jess and grab an ice cold Real American Beer, the official sponsor of the World of Outlaws Real American Beer Late Model Series. and enjoy the races the way they were meant to be, under the lights with dirt in the air and a cold one in hand. White flag will be displayed this time by. Heat race number 1 of 3 for the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman on track. Set for green. Off of turn number 4, 8 laps is a distance, and we're underway. And the mad dash is on into turn number 1 and 2. It's Logan Brown out in front of the field as they hit the back straightaway. Brady Howard up to second as they head up into turn number 3 and 4. Trevor Gibbons now third. Eric Nyer trying to move towards the front of the field. He'll go to fourth. Owen Nyer back to fifth. Taylor Dockstader trying to find some running room as well as they click off lap number 1. Greg Gould and Anide will complete the rest of the running order as they work down the back straightaway. Logan Brown has been trying to find some speed in that number 9 machine all season. And it looks like he's finally figured it out now as Trevor Gibbons moves his way to position number 2, getting around Brady Howard up into the turn number 3 and 4 and down across the line. So Brady Howard back to third. Gibbons on the charge in that 621. Behind them, though, the 34 of Eric Nyer and the 44 Taylor Dockstader on the move. Dockstader trying to find his way past Eric Nyer into turn number 3 and 4. Dockstader with a win this season here at Can-Am on June the 20th. Again, picked up a big win last night at the Outlaw Speedway, trying to make his way up towards the front of the field. But Logan Brown looks like what he was doing a year ago in the limited sportsman class, now trying to get his first ever heat win in the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman Division as they come back down to the line. 4 down, 4 more to go. Logan Brown continues to show the way. Gibbons still second. Brady Howard, Eric Nyer, Taylor Dockstader, and Owen Nyer, along with Greg Gould, will complete the rest of the running order here. But Logan Brown looking really strong as they go to turn number 3 and 4 this time by. 5 down, 3 to go for Logan Brown. Trevor Gibbons still back there second. Brady Howard doing all he can to fend off Eric Nyer and the 44 of Taylor Dockstader for position number 3 as Howard has that spot on that outside lane. Eric Nyer trying to take it away for him. Down into turn number 3 and 4. We'll have 2 laps left to go this time by. And Logan Brown well in control. Nearly a straightaway over the 621 of Trevor Gibbons, who's also having a great run tonight, holding on to second. But Brady Howard has his hands full with Eric Nyer and the 44 Taylor Dockstader down into turn number 3 and 4. With Owen Nyer giving chase from the 6th spot. White flag in the air for Logan Brown. Last season here at Can-Am, he won 7 times in the Donna's Motorworks Limited Sportsman. Love to get his first career win in the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman Division. He's got a huge lead here in heat race number 1. Checkered flag is in the air and the win will go to Logan Brown in dominant fashion. Second will be the 621 of Trevor Gibbons. Third will be Brady Howard. Eric Nyer, Taylor Dockstader, Owen Nyer, and Greg Gould pulls it to the infield and done for this one. Heat race number 2 on track. Frank Sibley in the 92 on point, along with Greg Brinklow in 707. Row 2, Paul DeRutter in the 1D, 410 of Mike Fowler. Row number 3, Richard Murtaugh, 33, 18, Gavin Isley, and welcoming back the 62 of Jonathan Murphy. Glad to see Jonathan back in the 62. He'll roll from position number 7. Second of 3 heats in the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman Division. Up next after the third and final heat, we will have the first of 2 heats in Panther Frameworks Crate Sprint Cars. Again, want to thank the good folks at Encompass Recreation for being on hand, along with the good folks at American Cancer Society as well. Heat race number 2 is on track and underway. Green lights are on and we're underway. Frank Sibley jumps to the point. Greg Brinklow right there with him as well. Watch for Richard Murtaugh. Mike Fowler did a nice thread the needle move. Went past Jonathan Murphy and now is going 3 wide with Paul DeRutter and Gavin Isley for position into turn number 3 and 4. Mike Fowler trying to move up towards the front early as they click off lap number 1 with Frank Sibley in control. Sibley to the lead as they hit the back straightaway. Richard Murtaugh still second. Greg Brinklow right there with these drivers in third, but Gavin Isley is giving chase from the 4 spot. Isley right there to try to challenge Brinklow down off of turn number 3 and 4. Brinklow has the 3 spot. Isley looking to take it away down into corner number 1 and 2. Isley has the position this time, and Gavin will try to clear Brinklow down the back straightaway, but Brinklow holding tough in that outside lane as they go to turn number 3 and 4 and back down to the line this time by. In the meantime, Frank Sibley's got some company in the form of Richard Murtaugh down in front with 3 laps up on the leaderboard. 3 laps are complete. Frank Sibley has that lead, but Richard Murtaugh, all sorts of pressure being applied right now as they go into turn number 3 and 4. Murtaugh, again, having a solid season this year, trying to get his first Can-Am win. Frank Sibley right there in the number 1 spot, though. Murtaugh trying to find the way by Gavin Isley, who's got a win here this season as well. Holding on to spot number 3. Mike Fowler still 4th. Greg Brinklow, Jonathan Murphy, and Paul DeRutter. Your running order as they work lap number 5, and Frank Sibley doing a superb job holding on to the number 1 spot at the moment as they cross the line for lap number 5. They work down the back straightaway. It is still Sibley in control, but Murtaugh has been applying all kinds of pressure as they go to turn number 3 and 4 and down to the line. Gavin Isley has joined the fight as well. It's a 3-car battle for the lead with 2 laps left to go. Sibley and Murtaugh are going to go right straight to the bottom. Isley is going to work that outside lane. He knows that they're all rolling the bottom side of the racetrack really good, and he knows if he wants to go by him, he's going to have to go to the top side to get through. White flag will be displayed this time by. This race is far from over with, and Frank Sibley pulling out to a 2-car length lead of the white flag. Gavin Isley right there in that outside lane trying to find the way by Richard Murtaugh down the back straightaway for position number 2. Time is running out for Murtaugh and Isley to catch the race leader as they head up into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag is in the air, and Frank Sibley gets the victory in heat race number 2. Richard Murtaugh, Gavin Isley, Mike Fowler, Greg Brinklow, the top 5. Jonathan Murphy will cross in 6th, and Paul DeRutter will complete it in 7th. So heat race number 3 for the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman ready to go next. Justin Gadbaugh on the 18G on the pole. Camden Cook alongside the 14. Row 2 is Keegan Dyer, 34K. 52, Jessica Power. Row number 3, Tyler Stevenson, box 28. Gage Howard, the 21. And Myra Bowman making her Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman debut tonight in the 5. And the 2 of Greg Henry is out here on the racetrack. So Greg Henry was actually scheduled to be in heat race number 1. So he has been told to take it pit side. So white flag will be displayed this time by Justin Gadbaugh on that 18 did get a feature win with us here last season. In that number 18 ride, the 14 of Camden Cook was so close to getting a win last year in Donath Motorworks Limited Sportsman competition here at Can-Am. 7 runner-up finishes for Camden Cook last year in limited sportsman action. Keegan Nyer still has yet to grab a victory here in this class, but been running strong as of late. Jessica Power, the 52. It's been a while since she's won here at Can-Am as well. Tyler Stevenson has a win this season. That came way back on June the 13th, about a month ago. So we're set to go. Justin Gadbaugh on point. Camden Cook alongside. Green lights are on and we're underway. And Gadbaugh trying to hold the lead. Camden Cook's going to fight for the bottom. He's going to win the battle down the back straightaway. Camden Cook to the lead. Jessica Power's going to clear Gadbaugh for second. And going to turn number 3 and 4, looking at the back of the 14 of Camden Cook into turn number 3 and 4 and down to the line. Lap number 1 goes up on the leaderboard, and it is Camden Cook in control, but Jessica Power's got a fast race car. And 52 ride running strong in position number 2, closing the gap on Cook down the back stretch. 18 of Gadbaugh and 28 of Tyler Stevenson off the pace on the back straightaway. Moving very slowly back there. He's going to try to get into pit road, and it looks like he is going to do so. And we will stay green. Lap number 1, or lap number 2 rather, goes up on the leaderboard. And Camden Cook still with the point as they go down the back straightaway. Jessica Power still second. Battle is on for position number 3 right now. Keegan Nyer trying to take it away from Justin Gadbaugh as they go into turn number 3 and 4 and back down to the line. Camden Cook in control. Power still second. Finding a little bit of handling on that 52 ride. Car looks like it doesn't want to turn into the corner as good as she wants it to. As we watch her in turn number 3 and 4. Car looks really good down here at the other end as they come down across the line with 4 down and 4 to go. Power still second. Justin Gadbaugh still back there fighting with Keegan Nyer for the 3 spot. As Amira Bowman holding on to 5th. And Hayden Howard completing the rest of the field in the 21 ride. Meanwhile, up off of turn number 3 and 4 and down across, Gage Howard in the 21. My apologies on that one. 5 down, 3 to go. Camden Cook still with the lead, still holding that inside lane. Power still second, about 4 car lengths back. Hasn't been able to close the gap like she wanted to as they work it up into turn number 3 and 4 this time by 2 more remain. And Cook trying to put it in the record books and get a heat win. And join Logan Brown and Frank Sibley as heat winners tonight as they head up into turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Again, driver autograph sessions will be up at intermission and drivers will be making their way down in front. You can maybe congratulate Camden Cook on a possible heat win as the white flag is in the air. Final time through turn number 1 and 2. Camden Cook, Evans Mills, New York will bring it down the back straightaway. Jessica Power has narrowed the gap to about 2.5 car lengths into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag is in the air and Camden Cook is going to hold on, leads every lap, grabs a win in heat race number 3, his first heat win of the season. Jessica Power, Justin Gadbaugh, Keegan Nyer 4th, and Myra Bowman will cross in 5th ahead of Gage Howard. So that will do it. Bob Johnson Auto Group DIRTcar Sportsman heat races are now complete. Logan Brown, Frank Sibley, and Camden Cook, your heat race winners tonight as the Panther Frameworks Crate Sprint cars roll trackside. We'll give you the heat race lineup in just a moment. So it'll be Rachel Zacharias going away from the pole in the 71, along with Will Fisher in the 74. Row 2, Tiger Champ in the 271, 30 of Ken Klinkowski. Row number 3, Nick Webb, the 27W, points leader, Andrew Hennessy. Car number 87, and James Kyle will complete it in car number 08. So we are ready to go. Heat race number 1 of 2, Panther Frameworks Crate Sprint Cars. White flag will be displayed this time by. We'll go green next trip around. Green lights are on and we are underway. That's true, it is on his birthday. As we go to turn number 3 and 4, Rachel Zacharias looks like they got the problems figured out from hot laps as Nick Webb turns it around. In turn number 3 and 4, yellow lights are on with 1 in the books. It's going back to the heat race that Frank Sibley was in. It was his birthday yesterday. 21 and a half. You too, Linz? All right. Looking up on our monitor here, seeing the famous Dirt Track Digest photographers doing their thing, taking a little bit of a much needed rest before they get those great extra shots. Is that Dylan down there? It could be, I think it is. Those of you watching at home at Dirt Track Digest, there he is, ladies and gentlemen. Doing good. So we'll pick the field up down the back straightaway. Rachel Zacharias, the current race leader, got a great start, and we'll see if she can continue that in the remaining laps of this one. Nick Webb trying to get pushed away. And he will do just that. So Nick Webb gets pushed away and we will go green next time by. White flag is in the air. We're going to go back to full song next time by. 1 lap did get completed. So 5 more left to go. Looking for green, 1 down, 5 to go, according to race control. Am Speedway pace truck from Bob Johnson Auto Group departs the speedway in turn number 3 and 4. Rachel Zacharias and Will Fisher will bring her back to green, and we're underway. Zacharias to the point, but for how much longer? Andrew Hennessy wants that lead the worst way. He can't quite get to the back bumper of the 71, though. He'll hold on to position number 2 as these 271 of Tiger Chapman holding on to 3rd. Will Fisher now 4th. Ken Klinkowski trying to move up a spot as they click off lap number 2. 2 down, 4 more to go. Rachel Zacharias trying to take it home, but Andrew Hennessy giving her fits down the back straightaway to turn number 3 and 4. Hennessy dives down low. Zacharias has got the car working on that outside lane, holding on to the lead as they come back down to the line at the halfway point. 3 down, 3 to go. Andrew Hennessy is there. He found the fast lane down on the bottom, and Andrew Hennessy to the lead as he hit the back stretch into turn number 3 and 4. We'll see 2 to go this time by, and Hennessy to the point. Zacharias not backing down here as Nick Webb, he spins it again into turn number 3 and 4 and sits idle over there. Yellow lights are back on with 4 in the books. Yellow lights are on. 27 and Nick Webb, second time he has gone around in this heat race. Am Speedway pace truck will head back out to pick up the field. Got a quick message from staff and management here at the Speedway. We ask that all fans remain away from the fence area. We ask all fans to please stay back from the fence while the cars are on track. Thank you very much. Set to go back under the green flag with Andrew Hennessy, the race leader. Andrew, of course, got his 100th career win on June the 13th across multiple different divisions, but happy that he got his 100th win right here at Can-Am just about a month ago or so. So Hennessy will fire from the bottom. Rachel Zacharias was strong in that last green flag run, and we'll see if she can keep the roll going. Green lights are back on. Hennessy to the lead, 3 wide for second. Klinkowski and the 271 of Tiger Chapman split the 71 of Zacharias down the back straightaway. Now Ken Klinkowski to second as they go into turn number 3 and 4 and down to the line. White flag in the air for Andrew Hennessy. Final time up into turn number 1 and 2. Andrew Hennessy, picked in Ontario, Canada, holds the lead, but Ken Klinkowski making a last lap run as they go down into turn number 3 and 4. Klinkowski is right there trying to challenge Hennessy off of turn number 3 and 4. It's not going to happen. Andrew Hennessy, the victory lane in heat race number 1. Ken Klinkowski, Tiger Chapman. Nick Webb comes back to 4th. Rachel Zacharias 5th. James Kaya and Will Fisher will complete it. heat race number 2 for the Panther Frameworks Crate Sprint Cars rolling trackside. Final heat race of the night here at the Am Speedway for the Panther Frameworks Crate Sprint Cars. Again, want to thank everybody on hand tonight. Those of you watching at home at Dirt Track Digest TV, we thank you very much for being on hand with us this evening, watching from wherever you may be tonight. So George Sanford in the 25 will go from the pole in this one. Outside will be three-time defending track champion Josh Verne Jr., the 1V. Row 2, Tucker Donath in the Z28, 72, Bruno Richard. Final row, Chris Nethers, the 89X, and Chad Kramer in the 89N. Again, driver autographs will be up in just a few moments after this qualifying heat race is over. And we'll get the drivers from the pit area to make their way down in front to get you, the great race fans, some autographs and pictures and everything else you want with some of the stars here at the Am Speedway. Again, glad that you could all be on hand with us here tonight at the racetrack. Again, next week it will be the Eastern Ontario Vintage Stock Car Club joining our full program in the Whitesboro Plow Shop DIRTcar 358 Modifieds, Bob Johnson Auto Group DIRTcar Sportsman, Panther Frameworks Crate Sprint Cars that you see here, down at Motorworks Limited Sportsman, and Sundance Leisure ThunderCars as well. Racing gets underway at 7 o'clock, and if you can't be here live and in person, join us on Dirt Track Digest TV. Glad you could join us from wherever you may be if you're watching on DTD TV. And if you can't join us on Dirt Track Digest or live here in person, follow along on your smartphone as well on My Race Pass. Set for green, 6 laps is the distance. George Sanford, Josh Verne Jr. on the front row, we're green. Sanford to the lead into turn number 1 and 2. Verne on that outside lane is going to pick up second from the 28 of Tucker Donath down the back straightaway. Bruno Richard right there with him in 4th as they work it up into turn number 3 and 4 and down across the line for lap number 1. It's Sanford in control. Verne got that second spot from the outside lane. He's going to switch it down to the bottom. Verne has been on a roll over at the Brockville, Ontario Speedway. 4 consecutive wins after last week. Talked to him in Victory Lane last week. Wasn't sure if he was going to be able to make the events here at Can-Am or at Brockville. He's at least made it here tonight at Can-Am as they work lap number 2 with Sanford in control. Bruno Richard now trying to find his way towards the front. He's trying to pull even with the one of Verne down the back straightaway and move Bruno Richard to second. Verne trying to hold on, but he won't do it. It's still Bruno Richard to the 2 spot. Verne back to 3rd. Tucker Donath, Chris Nethers and Chad Kramer complete the rest of your field as they work the back stretch into turn number 3 and 4. Bruno Richard is on the charge, looking for the back bumper of George Sanford as they come back down to the line with 2 laps left to go. George Sanford leads the way. Man out of LaFargeville, New York, ended what was a 25-year winless drought here at Can-Am, trying to hold on and win this heat race if he possibly can, but one of the best is right there behind him. Bruno Richard, white flag in the air this time by. Final time into turn number 1 and 2. Bruno Richard has got that car working on the outside lane, but Sanford is stronger on the bottom. White flag in the air, checkered this time by George Sanford. Down to the inside lane, Bruno Richard on the top side. Last lap pass, it's Bruno Richard to victory lane. George Sanford 2nd, Josh Verne Jr. 3rd, Tucker Donath 4th, Chad Kramer, Chris